Out. Keep sharing round. Share it round. Come on. Keep sharing it. Okay, I want to know now, put up the hand who want to say it's a very good one or not a very good one. Put up your hand, which one is very good? Let's share the very good. Okay, let me see. Yeah, this one. The page. Where's the page? Last week. Tata buat. Who? You. Who is this? Us. Call in. There, Lin is there. Answer quickly, where is it? Where is the page? Something very interesting.
This is a very nice journal.
Okay, so come on here. Come on here, okay? She's going to share this journal, okay? Talk about it. Good, not good, very good, whatever. Don't tell it, tell her. Why good?
And I like that the same journal I saw last week. Yeah, I'm switching it again.
Yeah. Well done. Okay, good. Next one. For me. Come on. Okay, good, very good. What's the problem with this one?
Too much color.
Come on.
Those are friends. Right now. More like something I see at home.
Why don't tell me?
Sometimes maybe you can put it like section by section.
Come on.
Can I say about this one?
Okay.
Can I do this one?
Who's one?
Russia.
Very nice. Come and say. This one is very nice. Who's in this? Put up your hand.
This is Russia's journal. I like it because it's very colorful. She even printed out some pictures and you can she made it very fun and
Who's? Soleh.
no Russia.
Huh? Who's up? Who's in this? Wow, very good. Well done. Next one, big one. One more. Anybody want to show? I want to see one terrible one. Which one's the most terrible one?
Look at this all the time. It's my friend.
Terrible.
No color. This one. This one. It's no color at all. Is it? Yeah. Color down. Hey. Color down.
So everybody very good. Okay, that was terrible.
Hey, you laugh. I already did it.
Okay, this is a terrible one. Why terrible?
Well, there's no color. Even though you did write very nice, there's only a few pages. There's drawing aside, so it's like really confusing.
Lin, come on. Finish. Did you hear what she said? Huh? Say again. Why terrible?
That's a bit okay because they're not drawing. So what's this? This is and there's drawing and it's really confusing. Like each other.
Okay? Understand? Okay. All put it on the back there and sit down.
The monkeys are back. Good thing all the stuff are here.
People they say monkeys are bad.
They're gonna steal it in the
They already stolen a bunch of
Okay, settle down all. We got another 4 minutes. Everybody sit down. Okay, we have discussed just now what we call peer review, seen by your friends, very good or not very good. The thing is, keep improving. If very good, make it much better. If it's not good, of course you need to make it bigger. Please, put it on. I don't want. Okay. So that is your journal. Remember, it's a very important thing to have a good journal. Why? Because the end of this year, you are going to do a project. And your project will come from all the ideas and all what you talk about, what you have done. Remember that. And by next month, we will be appointing you as the team to present, because you need about 3-4 months to put it together. That's why we take pictures, we do all your things to put it together. Are you with me so far? Okay. Now, the next thing we want to do before we start is actually looking back to our field trip in Taman Shah Alam. Yeah, that's the place we went. You see why I cannot think so hard? Because that day I had heat stroke. What is heat stroke? Too much sun on the brain, and the brain got burnt up. The brain got what we call heated up. So you got to be very careful, especially now that the sun is very hot, that you need to drink a lot of water. If you feel, okay, that you are thirsty, it's too late. Why? Because your body is screaming for water. So don't get heat stroke. You understand that, right? Okay, who want to come up here to share your experience on that walk that we had, the Arboretum walk? Which one? Come on. Who wants to share? Somebody is late again. Ash, come up here. How many times you are late these classes? There's distraction. How many times? 2 times. A little bit too many. 1 time okay, 2 times terrible, 3 times you're out. It's 1, 2, 3 out. Okay? Okay. Now you share. You went for the walk in Taman. Huh?
the nature walk.
Yeah. Tell what happened. Did you enjoy it? What do you see what you didn't see?
Okay, so everybody remembers that walk, right? We went there and we saw lots of different things. I think we saw a tea plantation, manggis asam sort of plantation, and there was mulberry trees there also. Mulberry fruits are my favorite. We also saw lots of things, and I really liked the tram, but it was really hot there, like blazing hot. And I pretty much liked that trip because I learned a lot of things from there, and I also learned about the few things about the monkeys. So yeah, I pretty much liked it all in all.
Okay, thank you. Sit down. Okay, Vice President, all yours.
Alright, so now I would like to invite Sole to lead the Nagaraku and Rukun Nagara.
Nagaraku, please, can you play that? That's a Nagaraku file.
Adjust the mic.
That's a Nagaraku file. Hanan here. Yang bohong mana? Okay, I say hello. Wait. I will go and say. Okay, go ahead. I got very important Hanan here. Oh, yes.
Okay. Everybody stand up. Everybody put up your right hand. Maka kami, rakyat Malaysia, berikrar akan menumpukan seluruh tenaga dan usaha kami untuk mencapai cita-cita tersebut berdasarkan atas prinsip-prinsip yang berikut. Kepercayaan kepada Tuhan. Kesetiaan kepada raja dan negara. Keluhuran perlembagaan. Kedaulatan undang-undang. Kesopanan dan kesusilaan. Thank you, everyone. You can see.
Before we do introduction to the facilitator, can I make a special announcement? Okay. Hi kids, hi parents and all. Today we have a very special guest to be with us, Yang Muhammad Anayo, Minister for Youth Sports and everything that you guys will be interested in. So we all know about Yang Muhammad's political career and his passion for youth, his passion for better Malaysia. And with this, I would like to invite Yang Muhammad to say a few words to grace the occasion. Yang Muhammad, can you say a few words?
Yes, thank you. Very good morning to everybody. Thank you so much for being part of this youth program. I hope you will continue. The monkey is behind you. Just kidding. Okay. I'm very happy to see that young people are coming out to do activities like this, especially in this place, Taman Tugu. I hope the facilitator will continue to expand this program We will try to enlist this program under Rakan Muda because we feel that young people like you should occupy your time getting to know nature, getting to know one another, and also just mixing with fellow Malaysians. Programs like this will go a long way for you when you grow up, and when you look back, you will find leadership programs like this very, very empowering for you. If you compare this with other friends who don't have the same opportunity. So I hope you make full use of this. Enjoy your time at Taman Tugu. This is a lovely place for you to get to know nature and also to learn about preservation of green space. Okay, so I hand the time back to you.
If you've got a time, please be with us at the night. We've got a special program from Mr. Adrian Wong about AI in nature.
Okay. Okay. Can we just take a group photo before I leave? Because I'm going back to office. Yeah, we'll just take a group photo with them. Yeah, come.
Are you from one school? Same school?
Yeah, Taman Tugu.
Oh, you're from home school. Wow. Where's the camera? Here. Okay. Surya, come in.
This is very informal and very impromptu. Great.
Ian, come on.
Bilan, dari sini. Bilan.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go stand back. Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Smile.
Oh, lovely. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Wait, President, oh yeah.
All right. Okay. Now I would like to invite Mr. Adrian Wong for his talk on artificial intelligence in nature.
Assalamualaikum, very good morning everyone. Yeah, that's an issue, right? Okay, we've got a few things to cover this morning. Please stop me anytime if you have any questions whatsoever. For those of y'all who are with the screen, there's a QR code of these slides that you can take home. You can also load it, but don't play the videos when I play the video. So basically, a little background on me. I work for a China company called Thundersoft, and we're actually very into artificial intelligence as well as ChatGPT. So basically, the first slide over here is a bit. So for those who don't have a QR code to scan, if you have the internet, the slides is actually bit.ly/TERNS 10. So you can actually access the slides there, and if you have anything after this, you can always ask questions. Yeah, the monitor is off and on. No choice. Okay, so they always say the slides always need to look very canggih lah. So the first slide that you see here is, can anybody tell me what you understand from the graphic on the right hand side? Anybody? The parents are also welcome. Anybody? Kids? I'll pick the ones that look down and don't look at me. You want to try answering what you see from the slides? The kid with the bottle? No? You want to try guessing what the right hand side slide is? No? Any parents? Anyone? Yeah. Yeah. So this is exactly what your parents are trying to do to you, right? So they teach you something, and then they ask you to do it over and over again, and then tomorrow they come back to you and they ask you to do it over and over again, okay? So basically what this does is, if you think about it, you want to access the slides, is it? Mika, can you help them with the slides? It's bit.ly/TERNS10. The URL is there, yeah. So basically what this means is, if you see this chart here, there's no start and end, okay? So basically what it means is that your parents actually, or whatever you learn, basically needs to be reinforced. And so this reinforcement is basically coming to TERNS every 2 times a month, right? And then nature and, animals and stuff gets reinforced. So this is how AI is also. Okay, can anyone tell why everybody's sleeping, is it? Can I ask everyone stand up and do jumping jack?
Tengok depan. Nantilah.
Oh, ada hotspot eh? Okay, never mind. Don't bother about the hotspot, just listen to me, look at the blinking slides. Okay? Just listen to me and look at the blinking slides. What do you see here and what do you understand from this? Anybody? Actually, I wanted to bring sweets, but then I think your parents won't let me me to give you sweets, right? So I brought honey lah. Give them 1 spoon each, is it? Anybody? What do you see from here? Yes. Like a code, okay. What else do you see? What's the biggest square on the screen? What do you see? Huh? Chessboard, okay. Who plays chess here? Okay, so if it's your turn, how many options do you have to move pieces? Do you know? 4? Anybody else? 5? How many characters on the board do you have? 16, right? So you got 16 possibilities, right? And then your rook and your horse and your queen has more than 1 possibility, right? So there's more than 16, right? So a typical chessboard has approximately 20 moves, right? For every move that you make, after that there's another 20 moves again, right? So that's what you're seeing here, or you're not seeing here, okay? So that's 20 moves. Do you know what game this is? Go, yeah. Has anyone played Go? Yeah, you have played Go? Wow. How many moves does Go have? Many. How many? It's on the board. It's on the blinking screen. 200, right? Can you imagine having 200 options or 200 different choices to make every single day? Yeah, someone doesn't like 200 options every day. So imagine having, at your turn, right, having 200 options, and then after making that move, another 200 options again. Can you imagine how difficult that is? Right? And if you keep doing this for many moves, you end up with probably a million ways of moving one piece. Okay, so that's basically the baseline of today's talk and today's sharing, which is both Google Lens and ChatGPT. Okay, so to make you understand this in a very simple term, whatever you're using today in terms of Google Lens and ChatGPT is the basis of what the chess program or the AlphaGo program was built. Okay, I have a video, but you'll be spotty lah. If there's anything, I'll explain.
Did you know 30% of the neurons in the cortex of the brain are for vision? It's true. Humans process much of the world visually. Computers, on the other hand, don't. Or at least they didn't. Until recently, if you wanted to do a search for something you saw, you had to come up with the right words to type into the search bar. Sometimes it's easy. Purple flowers, spiky leaves. But other times, we don't really know how to articulate what it is we're looking at. 4-person bicycle with thing on top? And that's where Google Lens comes in. It lets you instantly search what you see without having to perfectly describe it first. Look, it's a ruby-throated hummingbird. But how does it know? When Lens looks at an image, it pays very close attention to all the details. It notices shapes, colors, textures, and shading. But what's instant and easy for humans is actually very difficult for computers. Lighting and shadows can affect shapes and colors, which in turn affect the data Lens has to work with. And sometimes a muffin can look like a chihuahua, and a puppy can look like a bagel. Have you ever done one of those spot the difference puzzles? That's what Lens is doing. But it's actually more like spot the similarities. And instead of comparing two pictures, Lens compares one to about 15 billion to determine that this object is most like these other objects, which it turns out is a dog, not a bagel. But you don't always search something just to see more pictures of it. You want to know what it is. That's where the knowledge graph comes in, a collection of billions of facts about people, places, and things. The knowledge graph understands relationships between objects, so it can help us understand and label them. And in this case, tell you that this particular dog is called Finnish Spitz. Lens is always working to help you search in more natural and intuitive ways. Soon you'll be able to point Lens at something and ask questions about what you see, making it even easier to get help with objects in the world around you.
Sorry, I will learn not to touch things that are not broken. Alright, so anyone here already know how to use Google Lens? Okay, all you all come here and talk. Okay, those that have used right just now, can we just go one by one? What did you use it for? Like, can we start from here? What did you use it for? Yeah.
Identify what fabric is that.
What fabric?
In order to know what is suitable to sew that or something like that.
What is possible to?
So, like, if the fabric is okay, you can't sew it, right?
Okay.
You can't sew it. So if you need to know what fabric it is, you need the thin type, the thick type, or is it some? Is there some specific name?
Okay, so for those of you all who didn't hear her, she said she uses Google Lens to actually take pictures of a fabric to know whether it's possible to sew or not on it. Okay, next one. Anyone? Yeah.
Really only use it for OCR.
OCR. Okay. So OCR is basically OCR is basically optical character recognition. So basically he uses he basically brings the world's text in terms of books and papers into the digital world so that he doesn't have to type it out. Anyone else? Yeah, what do you use? Yeah, we'll go from this side to this side, yeah. Ash, yeah, what do you use?
I normally use Google Lens for like identifying animals and insects.
Animals and stuff.
To know if they're dangerous.
Okay, do they run away before you identify them?
Most of them are very slow. Like
Okay.
those tiny little things.
Yeah, either that or you're very fast. Okay, anyone from that table? No more? This side? Sorry, the back one first, yeah.
I use it to translate my
Homework?
from BM.
Mana mak dia? From BM, but aren't you Huh? Is it your mother tongue? Sorry, yeah. Go ahead. Sorry?
She knows one thing because I go to school, but I come here.
Okay, no worries. Yeah, just kidding. Next one. Anyone on the table? Anyone else? Anyone on the back? Mothers that use? No? Okay, the front one. Anyone here? Sorry, you first here. MashaAllah. Arabic to English. Okay, that's good. You? What languages do you translate from? Chinese. Chinese, French, Korean. Okay. Anyone else on this side? Excellent. Awesome stuff. Okay, so I'll just run through very fast. Since you already know how to use it, so I guess what we can do is later on when we have a little walkabout activity in terms of identifying plants, maybe those that already know how to use can assist those that have not used it before. Okay, then you can be my helpers. So basically, as you can see, basically some of the capabilities which I want to talk about today is actually about discovering plants and animals, and also to identify the scientific names that the plants and animals come with. Okay, so basically what Google Lens does is actually searching what you can see, right? As you watch the video just now, actually for a computer to see what you're seeing, it doesn't see what you're seeing like as if it's an eye, right? So basically a computer is all 0 and 1, so it doesn't know that it's actually an image. What it does is it breaks down the colors and the features and whatnot. Okay, so we're looking at about 12 billion searches a month. There's a lot of things which I will go through. I hope you guys have not gone through the slides yet, but basically the differences in terms of what you can do on it, right? So like for instance, some of you have used Translate from Arabic and stuff, and from Chinese, Korean, and then some of you use it for homework. Anyone? But never mind. Homework. There's a homework tab, right? Yeah. Your parents know you use for homework tab, no? I don't know. Never mind. It's okay. Don't tell. But I'll show you all how to use the homework tab. Okay? Don't tell your parents. Then there's also a section for the mothers who need to shop, which you can also use. And then there's also multi-search, which I'll go in a bit. Okay. So basically today, since we are at a very lovely place, in terms of all the plants and whatnot, we'll try to figure out some of the plants, and if you can find some animals or bugs and stuff like that, or if you don't have, I have some samples that you can take pictures of from the screen. Okay. So this is basically, I don't know whether any of y'all have watched this very old Hari Raya advertisement. I don't have it with me here, but it's basically a son actually asking the father what the bird was, and the father kept saying it's bird, burung, and actually he wanted the name of the bird, right? So basically Google Lens actually does that in terms of identifying not just what type of animal is, but also what the species is, and then what the scientific name is. Okay. Everybody have a camera with internet? No? Everybody downloaded Google Lens? Nobody? Okay. Who doesn't know how to activate Google Lens? Anyone? Don't know? Nika? Tolong?
Here, Google Lens here.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, it's fine. So if you're using an Android phone, you don't really need to download it because it's already built in into your Google search. What you need to look for is that little thing on the
Rainbow camera.
Yeah, it's a rainbow camera. It's actually Google's corporate colors. So if you look on your search bar of your Google search, right? So if you have a Google app, launch the Google app. For the other phones, you probably need to download Google. For those who don't have a phone, you can also use Google Lens or Google's camera on your browser, but you basically need to download a picture, right? and then upload it to your. Okay, so for those who've not used it before, can you just raise your hands? And for those who have used it before, can you help your friends? Okay, so you click on that little camera, very colorful thing. And since there are plants around you, you can take a picture of a plant or a leaf around you.
Oh, very famous person.
Yeah, if you want, you can take a picture on your Google Lens of this leafy thingy that you see. Yes, Ika? Oh, yeah, wait. Too far. Anyone need help? All good?
Hey, I got you.
Really? So special, right? It's like magically the whatever that you took here shows up on your. Is that a moth or a butterfly? Right? So this is actually my favorite plant. It's a cover crop. It's called pinto peanut. Yeah, it's not edible. But what this plant does is actually it replaces all the weeds on the ground. It's a peanut family, and so this is another picture. So sometimes when you take leaves without a flower, what happens is it gives you leaves that is not accurate. Do you realize that? So what Google Lens is trying to do is actually it's trying to find specific criterias of a particular leaf, right? So there's a lot of leaves that look the same in the same family, and so what happens is that it will give you multiple results, and then there's a little bar down there that says, is this accurate, yes or no, right? So what it's doing is actually is doing reinforced learning, right? It's basically whatever you're capturing goes back to the cloud, and then it trains again, and then it goes back to you again. Okay? So basically, if you take the picture of this particular picture, so if you take this picture, you will definitely find the correct name of this, which is a pinto peanut. Yeah, so if you take a picture of this, you will definitely get the correct plant or picture that I'm referring to, right? So it's called, I think the technical name is called Arachi Pintoy. Is that right? Now, this other picture is even more specific, right? Because it's very unique to this particular, it looks like a peanut, right? All hungry already. So, okay, so this, basically what it means is, some of you may say that Google not very smart, but actually it's so smart that it knows so many. So for those that ask where's the scientific name, right? If you scroll down or you click on the correct picture that you want, because you have many pictures down there, right? So yep. So when you click on this particular plant, what's going to happen is you'll be given all these tabs on the top, right? You'll be given the overview, benefit, care, videos, life cycle, and characteristics. So the next time, if you don't know what you're looking at, just borrow your parents' phone or the internet, and then basically you have all this information at your fingertips already. Okay? All good? Can we move on? Have you all met my cousin or not? He's your cousin also, but very far distant relative lah. Anybody know who's my cousin without taking Google Lens picture?
Yes.
Raja Blue.
This one your cousin, I think. No, my cousin. This one from China, man. Yes. Wow. I thought. What's this? A fox? No, it's not. Your homeschoolers all got books at home with red panda inside there. You ask a school-going kid this one. Do you know what? Do you know what animal this is, Dania? Is it? Do you know? Yeah. This one sometimes look like my wife, but sometimes not. I'm also recording. This is for her because she didn't want to come. You see? What animal is this? Why you started selling you computer just now? Yeah. So when you take a picture, it may be too wide. Yeah. And then you can actually zoom into the. Is it a hawk or an eagle? Eagle. How do you know how? Okay, here's a trick question, right? Where is this eagle from? No, it's from my house. She sleeps beside me. No, wait. Okay, who said Philippines? How did you know it was from Philippines? Yes, it's a Philippines eagle. Do you know how wide the wing is or not? How wide? Can you find your information on Google Lens or not? Or Google? How wide the wing is? Yes. You know how wide 6 feet is or not? I'm 6 feet, almost 6 feet. Can you imagine how wide the wing is? Right? That's probably half a meter. That's probably like what, 2 feet? Like probably 3 times that length. And that's how wide. Anybody else? Anybody has an information of what's the widest Philippines eagle? Why that 2-3 tables all very quiet playing game, is it, on the phone? Huh? 61.4 cm. Yeah, about 660. Yeah, very wide, right? Okay, so for those of y'all who took this picture and got a very generic eagle, right? You got a very generic eagle. So you see, Google not very smart in terms of images because they don't really see an image for an image, right? They take points like the beak, the eyes that look like an eagle, and then they give you a very generic answer, which is an eagle. So what I'll do in a while is we will actually use Google Lens to do both. You see, the thing about humans is we always talk in words, in text. So when we search for things, we always search in text, right? So we if let's say you want to describe how would you describe a bus, a school bus? How color, right? What color? Yellow. So yellow bus, right? Then it becomes automatically a school bus, right? But if you sit on a bus which goes for a trip to, let's say, another state, you're not going to sit a school bus, you're going to sit another bus, right? So similarly, what happens in in Google Lens is that you have the ability to search the picture, and if you realize below the picture there's actually a place where you can key in words one. Can you all see? After you've taken the picture, can you put Philippines down there or not? Can or not? Then you get the most accurate result, right? Okay. So that what that means is, then you click on the picture that looks like my wife. Okay. So you click on that picture, then you get all the information about the Philippines eagle. So what this does is, what I'm trying to say is that Google Lens is not perfect. It will not identify everything for you, but if you have additional text or words, you can actually include the search with the picture. Understand? Nice. Okay. So this is a video, nothing to do with Google Lens, about the Philippines eagle.
The Philippine eagle, also known as the monkey-eating eagle or the herringbone, is a critically endangered bird of prey that is endemic to the Philippines. Here is some important information about the Philippine eagle. Appearance: the Philippine eagle eye. Appearance: the Philippine eagle is one of the largest and most powerful eagles in the world. It has a distinct appearance with a massive bill, shaggy crest, and striking blue eyes. Adults have a dark brown plumage, a creamy brown nape, and a white belly. They also have a wingspan that can reach up to 7 feet, 2.2 meters, and can weigh between 6.8 to 14 pounds, 3 to 6.4 kilograms. Habitat: the Philippine eagle inhabits the rainforests of the Philippines, particularly in the islands of Luzon, Samar, Leyte, and Mindanao. They are typically found in tall, dipterocarp forests located in mountainous regions. Diet: the primary prey of the Philippine eagle is various types of mammals, including flying lemurs, monkeys, bats, and other small mammals. They are also known to feed on birds, reptiles, and occasionally large insects. Their name monkey-eating eagle is somewhat misleading, as monkeys do not make up a significant
I
part
think
of
you
their
guys have
diet.
the slides, so you can go back and watch this.
The Philippine eagle is listed as critically endangered.
Okay, this one for the mak and those who like online shopping, don't like to go out one. Do you know what this is or not? Anyone? That round thing with the dots. Has your? It's my first time also. I saw it last week. I was like, what is this? No. Who can tell me first? No. I'm not asking you all to guess lah. I'm asking you all to use Google Lens. Okay, don't tell your friend. Don't tell your friend. Those who got it already, don't tell your friends. So for those of y'all who see things in the real world that don't know what it is, if you load your Shopee app, right, there's also a camera at the side of it. Did you know? Boxing, yes. There's also a camera icon on the Shopee app. Actually, there's a lot of camera icons on a lot of apps these days, right? And so if you don't know what it is, it's just a camera click away, right? Of course, with the internet lah. Okay, so the young ones, I'm going to send you guys out on a field trip. I want you all to take. Okay, so if you don't have internet access at certain places, try not to go so far, just around here. If you don't have internet access, just take a picture of the plant and then come back here and use the internet access to upload the picture. In your groups, maybe 10 minutes, I want you all to try to do 3 each. 3 plants, 3 flowers, and animals and insects. There was a monkey here just now, so you gotta be faster than the monkey, Ash. Yeah. So okay, I want you all to go in groups, in your group, and I want you all to list down. Yeah, so you guys need to figure out what the plant is, what the flower is, and what the animal is. So basically 9 items. I want you all to write the scientific names, right? of the plants that you see. Then I'm going to ask you where you found this plant on the leaf. Okay? Can? Can or not? Okay, thank you.
Hey, today you sit in, is it?
Your Majesty.
Who do you force?
You can't come up this road, right? And then that's what you get for your smack rate down. You're saying which road? Kuching or Kuching? No, you said Kuching. Yeah, I always see this like it's good that they looking at the smartphone. They're coming back already.
Hello, hello. Okay, come back already, everyone. Let's get seated. Let's get seated. Yep. Okay, those of y'all that are back, I want y'all to list down your. Have y'all listed down? Do y'all normally write on a piece of paper or y'all list them down?
More different than me. I don't do stuff. Very
Okay, anyone want to share what they found? What kind of plants, what kind of animals? Maybe we'll do animals first. Animals and Can we do animals and insects? Come, I need a volunteer to share each table. Let's do one animal. Come. Okay, go ahead. Okay. Yes.
Hi everyone, so for animals and insects we got magpies, spiders and monkeys. We also, for insects, we got red ants, moth and wax moth caterpillar.
Alright, thank you. Yeah, so if you can identify the insects or the animals and their scientific names, so you read out the scientific names as well, okay?
Found 3 animals. Animal number 1 was Homo sapiens, aka the human. And animal 2 is Camnotis sp. I believe it's the carpenter ant. And the final animal is Epiho alternata, which is a kind of speckled moth.
Thank you. Okay, the other 2 tables, can I have a volunteer? Okay, come. Both of you also can come.
My phone cools down. Hey, why are you using?
Okay, so our first one is also Homo sapiens, human, and butterfly and monkey, but we don't know their scientific name. They were a bit too fast for us.
And we have 3 types of ants. One is called Camponotus ant. Another is called Pennsylvanius ant. And another is called Atacephallotus.
Alright, thank you. Last table. From the last table, come. Both of you come.
The animals we found were Camponotus sericus, which is a type of ant, and we also saw snail.
Monkey.
The flowers we saw were Costus barbatus, the railway daisy, and Valeria cristata bush.
Alright, excellent. Thank you. Anyone want to do plants and
Plants, please.
come quick plant and 3 more. 3 more different volunteers. Come. Different. I don't want the same. I've used the mic.
For the plants, we got Costus productus is a plant, Neurolepis a fern, Exonovus compressus cow grass.
Okay, other 2 more tables. Come quick. Then the other table, just prepare yourself.
Plants.
Wait. Prepare yourself.
Can you do plants?
Done ready.
So for plants we got ferns and Corcoligo, which I don't know what the common name is, and betel.
For trees, we've got Troncamanga,
tree just now.
Okay, next.
Flowers, okay, got flowers also.
We got spiral gingers, sassafras, and something very very.
Here, so it is Pseudorametum lexiflorum.
Excellent.
And we have something else. We actually don't know what this is. It could be a flower, it could be a fruit, but we think it's a fruit. We think it's called the Dilenia philippiensis or something.
Okay, next, quick. Yeah.
Plants we have cobra, big gout fungus, and heart of fungus, and
Alright, thank you. Okay, come.
why does everybody need to go? Because we take turns.
Okay, for the plant we got Persemotusum and fern and Asia mangum leaf.
For the flower, we get this Bartus.
The orange kind of flower.
And second flower, we got Hamelia petens. And flower 3, we get rose apple.
Just pronounce this how you think it's
For 3-1, it's called Vitex pinata. 3-2, Gratum. 3-3 is Shoria, Wantian, Shai.
Alright, thank you. Well done. Okay, so most of the time you won't be able to identify this on your own, right? So with the help of Google Lens, you'll be able to do this, okay? So moving on, just to recap the different benefits of exploring nature, right? So you don't, you can remember the names, but if you don't remember the names, you have the ability to actually do that with Google Lens, okay? So basically, what you can do with Google Lens other than nature, so you pull out your Google Lens again. I've got a bit more. Okay, so this is the most translated word on the internet. Do you know what this word is in Spanish or Polish or not? Yeah, so you load up your Google Lens. Before you take the picture or after you take the picture, there's a little tab down there that says translate. Go on. Yeah, so when those who translate bahasa, those who translate Japanese and Korean, so basically you need to just drop down and figure out which language. So you can actually download, if you see an arrow on the right hand side, basically you can actually download the language, okay? So what this means is that if you download the language, you're basically downloading the brain of that language. And when you've downloaded the brain of the language, even without the internet, you can actually do the translation. Do you know that? Right? So can anybody tell me what's beautiful in Polish or not?
For me, it's spelled P-I-E-N-I.
Yeah. Yeah. So you learned a new word today, right? Okay? Okay. So any one of you here love mathematics homework or not? Awesome. Okay, those who love and don't love, what you do is you take this picture of this mathematic and solve it with Google Lens.
translate. Okay. Listen as well.
Can anyone solve this without internet?
Okay, so when you take this picture, it's not going to tell you the scientific name of the animal, not going to tell you, right? So there's actually a homework tab, right? You see the homework tab? Don't go back, don't tell your mother, okay? You take Google Lens, right? Then you do your homework. Then does it give you the answer or not? Anybody got the answer? So don't need to learn maths, right? So that's the answer, right? Why are you wasting all your brain cells doing maths for what? You got phone, got internet, you can do maths really, correct or not? No. So anyway, go back and listen to your mothers, don't listen to me, okay? So did you see the bottom of the, when you took a picture of this question, right? Did you see this working of the answer down there? Did you see the workings? Like literally they told you after this step, do this step, after this step, do this step. Right? Okay? So we move on. You didn't learn this from me. Okay, so when you go traveling, and if you travel in a foreign country that you don't understand what the menu is, right? So when you go to a restaurant, right? So this is also translate. And so translate allows you to also translate live if you have the internet in a foreign land. So you can actually translate. Anybody know what language is this? It's fine. It's fine if you don't know because it will auto detect for you. Right? The table okay or not? The table. Everyone good? Good? Okay. So these are some of the other uses, right? So this one especially important if you're a Muslim and you go to a non-Muslim country, right? And you want to buy something, you don't know what the contents in terms of the ingredients are. So this is so the beauty thing about detect language is that when you're in a country that has been ruled by the Russians, the Ukrainians, and another country, you have 3 different languages on the back of a label, and that's an issue because you don't know what language it is, right? So with the detect language feature, it has the ability to just translate to your native language, and then you can find like alcohol in it, right? Okay. Those who don't speak Bahasa at home, raise your hands. Please translate these words. Okay, so these are very important things in life, right? If you go to another country, yeah, stop, right? So you realize that, when you go to a foreign land, you realize that some of the countries have different languages on their signages in their streets, right? So this is just to iterate a point that if you go to a foreign land, these are some of the things that you need. Okay? What blue? Yeah, you gotta learn how to drive. The one with the blue, if it's slashed this way, is no parking. The other one is no stopping. Yeah. Okay, so the next topic, Can someone explain these pictures to me? I want that table over there, very quiet, that table over there. Beside Ash and the 2 girls there. Can you explain this picture to me? Can you explain this picture to me? Flirt. Why you all look on the right side? Why you never look left side one?
On the left side, I see water.
Yeah, watering plants. What else do you see? You all don't see the naked baby one. Why you all so innocent one? You see or not? Does everybody see what I see? Or you all see a blank screen? Okay, can someone tell me? Yeah, flirt, exactly. What's the meaning of this? Can you tell me what's the meaning? Yeah, water, yes. What's the meaning of it? Why did I download 4 pictures and put it in this slide? Why? Why? What? Sorry? Benefit what? Sorry?
Good and bad of water.
Yeah, good and bad of water, right? Excellent. So like everything in life, technology also there's good and bad, right? You can use Google Lens and be bad to your mom and do homework, or you can go to Taman Tugu and use technology to be good to the plants, right? Okay, so the next technology that I'm going to show you is, has anybody used ChatGPT before?
Yes.
What you use for?
Actually, ChatGPT.
For fun. What do you use for? Idea, excellent. What else? Generate pictures. What else? Animation. What else? Understand? Sorry? Nah. Ayo. Translating languages. So those who don't know what ChatGPT is,
I don't know.
you don't know. You know, right?
I don't understand it.
Okay, so let me bring you through. Let me bring you through ChatGPT, okay? So you know what GPT stands for or not? You all watch Transformers or not? Nobody? Transformers? So basically, GPT is actually a transformer. What it transforms is basically all the chess moves, all the go moves, is basically transformed into a little brain. Okay, so this little brain is actually on the internet or on a computer, and so what happens is it's trained with all the brains of the internet. Okay, it's trained with all the software manuals, all the Wikipedia, everything that you can find on the internet is in GPT. Okay, so now what happens is when you have too much information, sometimes the brain will hallucinate. You know what's hallucinate or not?
Like illusion, like feeling dizzy.
Yes, like feeling dizzy.
See things that aren't there.
Yeah, see things that aren't there. So sometimes GPT also will see things that are not there. And how GPT sees things that are not there is that they think that they know everything, then they start telling you things that they don't know. Okay? So that's basically hallucinating. Okay? So what happens in hallucinating is that there's some form of biasness. So biasness here, there's been examples of GPT telling jokes about men and about people in England, while they don't tell jokes about women in India. So again, this is the biasness that you have in GPT, right? And in order to get where it is today, they actually spend a lot of money on hardware, so that the thing that he's holding is actually what you call as a GPU, a graphics processing unit. And so the graphics processing unit actually costs almost $15,000 US, which is as expensive as a car. It's about 50,000 ringgit, and they use 30,000 of them just to come up with the brain today. Can you imagine? You can't, right? Never mind, it's okay. And then there's also the graphics and the animation, which is another brain they trained. They basically took all the information from all the images and they put it in a brain, and then now it can generate images. Okay? So everybody have the ChatGPT app on the phone?
No?
No? Yes? Yes. Okay. Come, let's do some interesting things, right? Okay, so what you guys are doing in terms of putting in text and pictures is called prompt engineering. So prompt engineering is basically you tell it to do something, or you prompt it to do something. Like I'm prompting you to do something, right? Like I can say, Mikhail, please stand up, right? That's a prompt, right? Or please drink water, that's a prompt. So basically prompt engineering is a term that they are calling the future job that doesn't exist right now, where you need to know how to tell GPT what you want. Okay, because if you don't tell it what it wants, if you don't tell it you're hungry, you're thirsty and all, then you basically can't get the information, right? So like for instance, if you take a picture of the plant, you want to know the name of the plant, that's why you take the picture. So that's basically prompt engineering in terms of a picture of a plant, right? Now big companies like Microsoft, they actually pay 61 billion, that's how many zeros there is, for technology like this. Alright, so Microsoft, as you know, is in all your computers today, and these days you don't need to actually tell it what to do anymore. Eventually, the Microsoft Office will know what you want when you click. Then it will show you things like maybe the display or maybe the sound card that you want to change, right? So these are the things that is going to be incorporated, right? This is a little video. This was launched last week. This is actually, so they launched this last week. It sounded like an actress and then they took it off. This is actually, is it Gemini or ChatGPT? I can't remember, but one of the big boys, 4.0, yeah, ChatGPT 4.0, which is 4.0 is for Omni lah, basically multi. This is actually a voice computer lah, so to say. But just have a listen,
Hey, how's it going?
Hey there, it's going great. How about you? I see you're rocking an OpenAI hoodie. Nice choice. What's up with that ceiling though? Are you in a cool industry-style office or something?
Well, can you take a guess at what I might be doing based on what I'm showing you here?
From what I can see, it looks like you're in some kind of recording or production setup. With those lights, tripods, and possibly a mic, it seems like you might be gearing up to shoot a video, or maybe even a live stream.
Yeah. In fact, we've got a new announcement to make.
That's exciting. Announcements are always a big deal. Judging by the setup, it looks like it's going to be quite the professional production. Is this announcement related to OpenAI, perhaps?
It is. And in fact, what if I were to say that you're related to the announcement, or that you are the announcement?
Me? The announcement is about me? Well, color me intrigued. Are you about to reveal something about AI? Or more specifically about me as a part of OpenAI? You've got me on the edge of my, well, I don't really have a seat, but you get the idea. What's the big news?
Yeah, we've got a new model that can interact with the world through audio, vision, and text.
I'll let y'all watch the remaining on the video. So basically what that does, that's not a real human, yeah? That's basically a brain on the internet talking to you. Did it strike you as a human or no? Did it feel like a human? No, okay, fine.
Your voice didn't really have emotions.
It did? Is it? No? You don't think so? Yeah. Okay. Okay. So basically that's whatever text that you see on your screen being converted to speech. Okay. So similarly, in ChatGPT you can do the same things as Google Lens, and so a lot of things are kind of blurry right now in terms of ChatGPT and Google Lens. So in ChatGPT you can also do plants, animals, and whatnot. So you have ChatGPT on your phone or on a desktop. You can actually upload pictures. You can upload text, and then you can get similar information, maybe structured differently, like Google Lens, and these are the information that you can get from it, right? The difference between Google Lens and ChatGPT is you can run conversations like this with ChatGPT. Meaning to say, if you ask one question, right, you can follow up the next question, right, in the same topic, without telling ChatGPT that it's the same thing. You get what I mean? So if, let's say for instance, if you have a tree that you've already taken a picture of and you put in the tree in ChatGPT, you can ask things about the tree without referring to the name. You want to try? Or you want to not try? It's basically the same thing, except that it's conversational. It's like how you talk to someone and you ask questions, okay? So I'm going to leave you all with some. So what happens when you put ChatGPT on a robot? Do you know what happens? Have you seen what happens? Do you want to see what happens, or want to go back already?
Hey, figure one, what do you see right now?
I see a red apple on a plate in the center of the table, a drying rack with cups and a plate, and you standing nearby with your hand on the table.
Great, can I have something to eat?
Sure thing.
Great. Can you explain why you did what you just did while you pick up this trash?
On it. So I gave you the apple because it's the only edible item I could provide you with from the table.
Great. So, based on the scene right now, where do you think the dishes in front of you go next?
The dishes on the table, like that plate and cup, are likely to go into the drying rack next.
Great. Can you put them there?
Of course.
Balik boleh tengok nanti. Okay.
All right, so how do you think you did?
I think I did pretty well. The apple found its new owner, the trash is gone, and the tableware is right where it belongs.
I agree. Thanks, figure one.
So did it sound like a...
You're welcome. If there's anything else you need help with, just let me know.
If you didn't know it was a robot and it didn't sound like a robot, would it pass as a human for doing its things? Do you think? Yeah. So remember the water picture I showed you, right? The left side was taking a shower and watering plants, and then the other side was the flood, right? So a lot of people are saying, oh, the robots are coming, they're going to take over the world, they're going to kill us all, For those in my generation who's watched Terminator, you believe that's coming. So anyway, having said that, this will help the mothers fold clothes, cook clean, and do the dishes, okay? Now, the reason for this video is how this technology is evolving, right? There were plates on the table, there was trash, there was an apple, and then basically the robot had eyes in terms of camera. And so what you guys were doing was basically just the tip of the iceberg. Basically the robots these days have vision, so they can actually see and they can also do conversation. And when this happens, it's very interesting times ahead, because now you have robots that can assist. So like for instance, if an elderly grandfather or grandmother falls down and we can't pick him or her up, you can have robots to pick him and her up, right? So these are some of the advancements in both AI and in technology. So basically what you were using just now was basically vision text, and this vision text has now have the form, which is the mechanical form in terms of the hands and eyes and motors to actually pick things, right? And it's you think in life it's very easy to just understand that it's an apple, you can eat it and then hand it over to someone. But in the computer world, the computer doesn't even know it's an apple because it's never eaten an apple before, right? But the ability to differentiate an apple with trash and the ability to put a plate correctly, those are things that is very difficult actually. So you're actually living in a very interesting times these days, because eventually you don't even have to do math, don't even have to pick an apple, don't even have to do trash and plates, right? Then what do you do next? What do you all do next if there's nothing to do? Sleep and play games, right? I mean, it's a thought to ponder, right? This was last week.
Okay, let's do some tests. Tell me when you see something that makes sound.
I see a speaker, which makes sound.
What is that part of the speaker called?
That is the tweeter. It produces high-frequency sounds.
Give me a creative alliteration about these.
Creative crayons color cheerfully. They certainly craft colorful creations.
What does that part of the code do?
This code defines encryption and decryption functions. It seems to use AESCBC encryption to encode and decode data based on a key and an initialization vector, IB.
That's right. What neighborhood do you think I'm in?
This appears to be the King's Cross area of London. It is known for its railway station and transportation connections.
Do you remember where you saw my glasses?
Yes, I do. Your glasses were on the desk near a red apple.
So she puts on a glass, which is also connected to the net.
What can I add here to make this system faster?
Adding a cache between the server and database could improve speed.
What does this remind you of?
Schrodinger's cat.
All right, give me a band name for this duo.
Golden Stripes.
Nice. Thanks, Gemini.
This is so we were talking about OpenAI and we were talking about ChatGPT. So this is basically Google, another big tech company, and we're talking about Gemini, which is equivalent to ChatGPT. So all these big companies have their own AI product, right? Now, what you just saw just now was similar to Google Lens, except that it was live, and the fact that she was just moving her camera around this space. And if you go back and watch this video again, you will realize that the camera actually passes the glasses and the apple. It's like us, when we walk in a space, we see some things, we see selected things, and we don't see selected things, right? Like if I ask you, where's the water bottle? You remember it there, right? But for Google and Gemini, the remembrance is basically saved and they know exactly where it is. And so a lot of complications here that you don't see that happens in the back are like things where it asks things like where's an instrument or where's a device that can play sound, right? It's a very generic question. Of course, you and I know a speaker plays sound, right? And then drawing on screen and an ability to actually identify what elements of the speaker is there, and then pointing to, so you can actually use Google Lens and actually see what buildings, what the names are and whatnot as well. Okay? I saved the best mathematics for last. Everybody know who Khan Academy is, right?
OpenAI invited myself and my son Imran here to try out some of their new technology. So we're curious about how good it might be at tutoring someone in math on Khan Academy. So let's get it started. It's loading up. You can see our screen.
Actually, in this one.
Hello there. I'm here with my son, and I'd love you to tutor him on this math problem. But don't give him the answer. You can ask questions and nudge him in the right direction, but I really want to make sure he understands it himself. And he's here in the room, so you can talk to him directly.
Of course, I'd be happy to help. Let's look at the problem together. Can you first identify which sides of the triangle are the opposite, adjacent, and hypotenuse relative to angle alpha?
Alright, so I'm pretty sure this is the angle alpha right here, right?
Perfect. That's correct. Now, looking at the triangle, which side do you think is the hypotenuse?
Really,
the hypotenuse?
I'm not totally sure. I think
I'm going to stop that for a while. You guys can watch it, it's quite a lengthy video. So that video basically means that now if you have your kids on Khan Academy, there's an element called ChatGPT 4.0, which is both conversational, and so every time he draws on the iPad, it also takes input in terms of voice and wherever he draws. And the tutor will be able to guide until the end of the session, right? Of course, this one is like everybody says is going to replace jobs and skills and everything, but this is what is there today, and the whole point of the sharing. Another very quickly, another 3 more items I want to go through. This is actually this video is actually 6 days ago. It's actually by NVIDIA. This is what AI and
the era of robotics has arrived. One day, everything that moves will be autonomous. Researchers and companies around the world are developing robots powered by physical AI. Physical AIs are models that can understand instructions and autonomously perform complex tasks in the real world. Multimodal LLMs are breakthroughs that enable robots to learn, perceive, and understand the world around them, and plan how they'll act. And from human demonstrations, robots can now learn the skills required to interact with the world using gross and fine motor skills. One of the integral technologies for advancing robotics is reinforcement learning. Just as LLMs need RLHF, or reinforcement learning from human feedback, to learn particular skills, generative physical AI can learn skills using reinforcement learning from physics feedback in a...
I think the blinking is a bit annoying. Go back and watch. But the take home from this video is basically what NVIDIA, the CEO, said. So anything that moves will be autonomous. What it means is that anything that has wheels that can move, whether it's a hand, leg, car, bike, will be autonomous, means that you don't have to do it anymore. It's either a few lines of code or technology you'll be able to do it, okay? The other key take home from this video is multi-mode large language model. So basically, the Google Lens or Gemini now has the ability not to just understand text, pictures, but also voice and the world around us, okay? And so the other thing that he mentioned was reinforced learning. Reinforced learning is something that we do on a daily basis as lifelong learners. We reinforce learning to our kids. Meaning to say, for every syllabus or every topic that you talk about, there's always more information about it. So that's reinforced learning. So basically, you keep teaching something until you know, and then you learn new things, and then you add on to the building blocks, right? And so the new word here is not generative AI anymore. It's generative physical AI, because there's the moving involved, right? And so what they've done in generative AI or generative physical AI is that all these computers and all this power to generate these computers are all done in the world of Roblox, in the world of simulation, right? So everything is tak boleh main Roblox, balik pun tak boleh main. So when you have worlds like this and generate worlds like this, you can actually safely test all this in a world before you translate this to the real world, so that humans are safer. Last 2 slides. So this is actually a very nice documentary. It's free on YouTube. It's called AlphaGo. It's by the same people behind Google AI. It's about 1 hour plus. It's a very nice documentary. I personally watch it over and over again because I keep learning new things. So the two pictures of the chess, in terms of the 20 options and the 200 options for Go, was actually from this video. These are the people involved in AI. I know it doesn't mean anything to you, but these are the names of the companies that are involved in building different things in this space. Yeah. So that's all from me. Any questions? I'm still around. I'll pass the mic back to the prefect, is it? Or the class president. Thank you so much. Thanks for listening.
Right, so we've got around like 15 minutes left. So, Colonel Allen, would you like to add anything now?
Yeah, I will. Thank you. Yeah, I think it's a very important, not only interesting, but important session this morning that we had Google Lens, ChatGPT, and so on and so forth. Now, this is your world. Remember that, kids. This is your world. You must have it as early as possible. But you must not be addicted to it. Once you get addicted to it, you become too dependent on it. You become a slave of technology. You're no longer a human being. That is bad. Do you understand what I'm saying? Put up the hand, you understand what I'm saying? Google, Lens, all this new technology is a must for you. Get your parents, push them very hard to buy you an iPhone or gadget or whatever. It is part of you now. Remember that. You cannot do without it. If you're without it, you are handicapped. Macam cacat, okay? But on the same side, I always say, don't be, what's the word? Addicted. You must addicted? Over-dependent on it. Never, never ever. Because you are growing up. Because it is the time now for you to do what we call critical thinking. You must do critical thinking. You must use your brain, not the AI brain. Why? If you don't do it now, when you're old like me, your brain becomes scrambled eggs. Yeah, no longer receptive. Your senses are all gone. That is why I'm trying to tell you. That's why I'm taking so much trouble with your parents and TERNS and everything to make sure that you are on track to be a better person. TERNS, train, educate, responsibility to nature and society. Remember that always. So push your parents, get the gadget. The next time you have, you see how useful it is. But never be addicted. For heaven's sake, if you are addicted, I cannot help you anymore. Okay? So with this, I would like to say thank you very much to Adrian. Thanks, Adrian. Fantastic introduction to ChatGPT. I learned so much today, as much as you did. Okay? So with this class president, can you organize to disorganize this place? Or organize this place. Okay? You better challenge everything off before you dismiss. Okay? Once you've done all that, you got 10 minutes to do your journaling, right? Or yours.